So the big question is, how do you balance independence and togetherness in a relationship? Today, I explored the delicate line between independence and togetherness. My name is Joan Nwosu, and welcome to the Second Chances podcast, a love journey in black and white. So, true story. When Davide and I are together, which is a lot of the time, we spend pretty much all of our time together. We try as much as possible to do everything together. And today we spent the day at the museum, the Royal Ontario Museum, pretty cool, together. And while we were driving home, it got me thinking, like, in a relationship, how close is too close? But then again, how much space is too much space? So today I want to discuss this phenomena and how we can have a balance between too close and too much space that can make or break a relationship. Okay, let me start with a bit of a story. So imagine two dancers, could be salsa dancing or whatever. Each partner is skilled in their own right, but now they have to perform this duet together. The dance is mesmerizing, they're moving in sync, giving and taking, giving each other space, leading and following in turns. Beautiful. That's how a relationship is, the dance of a relationship, right? It's a partnership where both people have the freedom to express themselves, like in a dance, but at the same time, they're moving together to the same tune. So let's talk about independence a little bit, because even Beyonce sang about independent woman, and a lot of women use that to define themselves. I'm an independent woman. Independence is that space where you have to be you, where you have the space to grow, to pursue your own passions, your own interests. You maintain that uniqueness that makes you you, right? It's the relationship. In a relationship, it means that you can stand on your own, or you can choose to stand together. Both work. So it's not because now I'm in a relationship, it means that I lose myself completely. No, it is healthy for you to be fully invested and be in a relationship, be present in a relationship, but it's also crucial for you to maintain some part of independence so that you don't lose yourself. I know I hear a lot of people saying, oh, I lose myself. You don't have to lose your essence. You don't have to lose who you are. Independence is fine. But now the question is, how much independence is too much independence? How much space is too much space? You can become so independent where your worlds are no longer intertwined, where you're not really doing anything together. And rather than being soulmates, you're pretty much roommates. I've been in those situations, so I know. So when the relationship gets to a point where there's just very little holding you together, then you're like strangers, you don't enjoy each other's company, and then it becomes a little bit unhealthy. But when the flip side of that is when now there's just too much, there's no space at all, that can also become very stifling as well. It could be very suffocating. I know I felt that way in some of my relationships as well. So it is crucial that you maintain some form of independence where, yes, you're flexible within the relationship, but you also have boundaries where you can still be your true self. You can still maintain your identity and do the things that you love to do. So again, as I was saying, you need to have togetherness in the relationship. And togetherness is beautiful. You're spending time together. You're growing together. You have shared dreams. You're working on common goals. You're talking. You're having the pillow talks. You're really in each other's world, the good and the bad, because we already know that every relationship comes with its own set of challenges. So that all of that together makes for a beautiful relationship. That's really what holds the relationship together, being together. Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, just being aligned and sharing life together. But like with independence, when there isn't a balance in togetherness, then one person might be seen as being a bit too needy, right? Feel like you're missing out when the other partner is not there. But then the other partner is feeling like, okay, well, I don't have space to be me. All I can be is a partner to this person. And then you start to feel suffocated as well. So the goal is independence, not too much. Togetherness, not too much. It's about finding and striking a balance, a healthy balance between the relationship. So yes, together we're stronger as a unit, but each person still has their own individual strengths that they're holding on to, and they also bring that to the table as well, because that's probably why you are attracted to this person in the first place. So don't miss it, right? It's all about finding the balance between being independent, being yourself, being you, and then being in the relationship, which is the togetherness and the we. So me versus we. So how can you create this balance? How can you make sure that you're not falling into the trap of too much space or too much togetherness? The first one is really about communication. Being able to communicate is so key. So constantly making sure that you're gauging the relationship, you're checking in on yourself as well to see where am I right now within myself? Am I losing myself? Do I still feel like I recognize who I am? Or where am I in the relationship? Am I spending enough time or not enough time? Really having that open communication with your partner is really key. Another way to create balance is around shared goals versus individual pursuits. I love projects together. I do a lot of DIY with Davide. We do a lot of brainstorming. But I also have my own personal goals that I work on, as he does as well. So that creates the right balance between us. Imagine if all we had was a common goal, right? There was nothing else. Then I might start to feel a lot of pressure, or I might feel like I'm losing myself because now the goal might be his idea, or it could be my idea, it could be the flip way, which is the other way, my idea, and he doesn't have his individual goals. So I think having both creates a good balance. Shared goals, bigger goals that we're working on together, but also individual, maybe it could be hobbies or passion projects that we're each working on is also a great way. Another one to create some balance is choosing to spend quality time over quantity time. For me, this is something that is very key. It's not just about being in each other's space all the time and suffocating them. It's about building memories. So like today we went to the museum, we're constantly doing stuff anyway, just to build memories so that when sometimes we're in the same physical space, we don't have to be in each other's face. Like he could be gone reading for 3-4 hours. I could be gone doing whatever I'm doing for 3-4 hours as well. And that's okay too. So it's about making sure that when you do spend time together, you're creating quality moments where you can build things. You can really, really be intimate and engaged, not just being in each other's space. And, when you've had those good quality times, when you're not in the same physical space, you start to crave each other. You start to miss each other. So it's not phew, thank God he's gone. It's more like, oh, I can't wait for you to come back so we can do something exciting next weekend, right? Another one is around setting boundaries. I know we talk a lot about boundaries. Most of the time people don't even know their boundaries. So first you got to know your boundaries. Then you have to be able to set those boundaries, and you need to hold on to your boundaries. Make sure that they're being respected. And if your partner is crossing the line, make sure you have that conversation so that it's not I'm giving up myself or I'm trying to compromise, and then you start to feel resentment. Communicate your boundaries, uphold your boundaries, make sure that your partner is very aware that, okay, at this time, this is me time, or these are the things I'm going to do for me, and these are the things I'm going to do for we. Make sure that you know your boundaries. And the final one I'll probably say is just respect and support each other. These are your two individuals, adult, grown, mature individuals, probably setting your ways. So as you navigate the relationship, just support each other, cheer each other on, understand that nobody is perfect. We're all coming with our different levels of baggage. And so just make sure that it's a safe space for you to communicate your needs and your desires openly, as well as your partner, and just, handle it with love and support and care, right? So those are my few points around independence and togetherness. It's a dance, it's a rhythm, right? And being able to understand it, being able to be attentive to your partner's needs, to be attentive to yourself as well, so that you see when you're crossing the line of independence versus togetherness, and being able to make changes where necessary. So I hope you did get some insights from today's topic. If you did enjoy it, share it with somebody, or subscribe to my Spotify channel so that you never have to miss an episode ever again. So keep dancing in love. Until next time, I will see you on the Second Chances podcast, a love journey in black and white, sending you love and light.